If only life were like a musical. Weeks of preparation, plenty of time to make sure you've learnt all your lines. So when the big moment comes along, you're able to say exactly what you need to.
Hello? Match day, move it!
Like, I don't want to play netball with you anymore. Or other tricky things like, I miss you. So why would something as random as a musical pop into my head anyway?
Life is like a musical. My new adaptation of Shakespeare's so-called masterpiece, Romeo and Juliet, is entitled Robiot and Juliet, a musical.
Ms. Twaddle was ready to make her dream a reality. Sadly for the rest of us, it was shaping up to be more like a nightmare.
Set far off in the future, where robot and man shall coexist. It's against this backdrop we bring together the timeless tale of tragic young love, featuring two unlikely heroes from opposite sides of the tracks.
Egg knew all about the wrong side of the tracks. He'd just been released from enrichment class, home to the school's morally malnourished.
May I see your re-entry papers?
Egg was nervous about returning to regular classes again. The endless questions about where he'd been, the pain of an old squasher maths test.
You're free to proceed. But one false step and you'll be sent back to where you came from. No questions asked.
But most of all, Egg was nervous about seeing Sasha. See, recently, she gave him an ultimatum.
Now, I've expressed interest in becoming your girlfriend and you have yet to respond to my proposal. If I don't receive a response by close of business end of the calendar month, the offer will be withdrawn and I'll return to ignoring you. This is called a deadline, Egg.
Robiot, Robiot, wherefore art thou Robiot?
It's Egg, remember?
Like our android hero, you too have recently emerged from a troubled time in a faraway land. You are Robiot. Juliet, I have found your leading man. Don't you and Sasha make a lovely couple?
Relationships, they do your head in while you're in them, and only end in tears once it's all over. And even then, you're still traumatized. I mean, look at Rev. Once you start calling each other's names, one starting with B or G, it's all over.
But Egg, you're acting needy now. If you like Sasha, just say so and get over it. Besides, it's not like he can avoid her now, Robiot.
Philip.
Sam, what a surprise. Didn't expect to see you here.
Call me coach, at least till after the finals. So, will we see you down at the court this Saturday? You missed last week's game. Not planning on leaving us in the lurch again, are you?
Me? Abandoning the team? I've never heard something so ridiculous. Sergeant?
Hello. We've just been sprucing up the tea room. All right, Philip. How can we help?
It's probably not something I should go into great detail about. You know, in front of a lady.
Philip, why don't you join Snowy and I in the cells?
This is something we've never had to discuss. Frankly, I've never found myself in this position before. It's all very new to me.
Well, you are of that particular age group.
Under 15s. And it's all happened so fast. I'm not sure I'm ready for these changes.
Don't worry, son. As your father, it's my duty to guide you through this.
Since Ms. Archer broke up with his dad, Egg had been avoiding her.
Jeffrey?
Not because he didn't like her. He just didn't know what to say to her. Although, it wasn't as if Egg didn't know what he wanted to say.
I'm sorry I ruined everything between you and my dad. It was entirely my fault. And I miss having you and your curries around.
But instead...
Nice day, isn't it?
Yes, it's lovely. If you're interested, I've been called upon to conduct the band for the musical, and I could really do with a guitarist.
I would, but I'm already booked. You're looking at Robiot.
I didn't know you were an actor.
I'm not. I'm just hoping some of Rev's talent might rub off on me. I'm sorry.
So how is he, by the way?
He's doing great.
You know, it's not quite the same without the recorder part, but you get the general idea.
Nice one, Dad.
Maybe you should take up the recorder. And that way you and I can jam together. What do you think?
I think you've got to get out of the house. And that T-shirt.
You know, you may have a point there, Jeffrey. All I need is a good reason to get out of the house, and I'm all set.
Dad, what would you say if I've got a big gig for you as lead guitarist in a new theatre spectacular?
I think we need to face it, Joy. Philip is on the cusp of manhood, the threshold of the great beyond. I think you two need to have a chat.
No, I can't chat with Philip. No, I can't even chat about chatting, not after the chat I had with Lockie. No, you have to have the chat with Philip and I will have the chat with Blob when Blob is ready for chatting. Here, Sarge.
Oh, no, I can't. I'm not ready.
Sarge, all you have to do is take Philip aside, have a little heart-to-heart, explain the changes that he's going through, or catch him off guard when he least expects it, hand him the book and back out of there, in, out, done.
Deny thy father and get with the program, which is Human Android version 1.0.
Rehearsals had begun, but Egg wasn't prepared. He hadn't even read the script.
Roger that. I'm receiving your signal and it's...
It's a big affirmative from me, meaning you're feeling exactly the same way she does. You're ready to commit.
Egg knew what the line meant. He just wasn't ready to say it.
And then you move in for the kiss. Woman and robot.
Moving for what?
Your first kiss.
There's more than one.
It's the greatest love story ever told.
I gotta run.
Jeffrey?
Miss Toddle's play is a kiss fest. It's like every time she didn't understand a word, she replaced it with a kiss.
How many?
Let's just say she didn't understand a lot of words.
Just as well we're not in it.
There you are. You must be disappointed I couldn't find parts for you in my opus.
Yeah.
What a shame.
If you only had a skerrick of talent, I could have done more. However, in the unlikely event of injury or malaria outbreak, I'd like you both to understudy.
What? We have to learn other people's lines, even though we won't get on stage?
Yes, all the parts except the nurse.
Huh. That makes our jobs easier.
Oh, it'll give you plenty of time to work on the sets. Well, they're not going to build themselves. I've arranged with the cleaners for you to stay after hours all week.
Oh, hello. What are you doing here?
Rehearsals for the new hot band. Part of the theatre spectacular.
Theatre spectacular.
Yeah. Looks more like a school musical situation to me. Well, not that there's anything wrong with a school musical.
Did Jeffrey happen to tell you about this?
He said the conductor urgently needed a guitarist and had asked for me specifically.
Oh. I'm sure Jeffrey means well by this, but don't feel you have to stay.
No, not at all. I'll stay. I changed my T-shirt after all.
The stage was perfectly set, but the Rev was still messing up his lines. And he wasn't the only one.
Now, there comes a time in every bee's life when he grows wings. And he wants to leave the hive and head out into the big bad world. Whereupon, he may discover that he wants to fly with the birds, amongst other creatures. One day, Philip, that bee will be you. With that in mind, I present to you the Little Green Book. Any questions? I got nothing.
Sarge, what seems to be the emergency?
No one could figure out what to say that day. But if life were like a musical, well, it'd be a different story.
You're here, so I should tell you what it means to be a man. You're here, then your life can go according to plan. It's not a simple equation. There can be all sorts of mayhem. So you ought to hear it from a relation on what it means for a boy to become a man.
I'm here, so I should tell you that I'd like to be a guy.
That there would genuinely be your reply.
But I'm afraid it will end in disaster.
Like when you mix chocolate through the pasta.
But despite my fears, I'd like to be, I'd like to be, I'd like to be, I'd like to be your guy. I'm here.
So you should tell me that you want me back again.
Despite I made a mess of it just then, and I'm worried you say see ya.
And so you suffer from a major case of acute spontaneous chronic verbal diarrhea.
Actually, it's quite bad, but the gist of it is I want you back again. Back together again. I'm here.
You're here.
I'm here.
You're here.
We're here.
Spit it out, dear.
She's right.
Spit it out, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. There's nothing to fear.
We're here.
But sadly, life isn't a musical.
Can I tell you about
The birds and the bees and the little happy trees.
Sarge, why are you singing?
I have to head out. One of Mrs. Gurgley's Siamese is stuck up a jacaranda.
Siamese? What do you have, a death wish?
It's Mitzi, the one with no teeth.
No, I do not want you going out there without backup. If you've got any questions, just have a look in the book. Anything you need to know, just ask your mother. Right, let's go.
Man, there is a lot of kissing in this. No wonder Egg's freaking out.
I still don't know why Sarge thought the little green book would help.
I don't see how that little green book helps with anything. It's pretty intense.
Have you seen what's on page 56?
Is it a diagram of someone turning off the light so their brother can get some sleep?
No. No, it certainly is not.
Big day Saturday.
It's not often you have one son performing in a musical while the other son's got a big netball match on.
It's a shame we can't be in two places at once. I mean, they both deserve our full support. Philip, in particular, may require special guidance and extra supervision.
Toughen up, Sarge. Finish what you started. You're going to the netball match. End of discussion.
The big day finally arrived. The opening of the musical. Which meant for Egg, his time was up.
Any thoughts?
It's over now in 35 minutes.
Your response is due before the show starts.
You should have made that clear earlier.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
It's time, please. Gather round. Quickly, quickly. Today's the day. It's time to seize the moment. Group hug. Arms up. Hug, hug. Come on. Oh.
Robiot, Robiot, wherefore art thou Robiot? And not like a real person instead. Deny thy father and get with the program. Which is...
And for the first time ever, Sasha was lost for words.
Human Android Romance version 1.0.
I can't do this.
Juliet! Juliet! Juliet, come back! Juliet!
What's going on, Blob?
Here, take this.
I know the lines. What am I supposed to say?
Don't ask me. Sasha!
Look yonder! I think I see minstrels approaching. Play something, anything. You're on.
I'm not going out there.
You're right. Not in that outfit.
Meanwhile, Sarge decided it was time to toughen up.
Keep secured.
Check.
See, Sarge?
Oh, well, wait. You don't have any other questions about anything? Maybe something you read in a book, for example?
Well, there is one nibbling away at me. Why did you give me the little green book in the first place?
Oh, well, like I said, there comes a time in every young bee's life when...
When they want to quit the netball team and don't know how to break the news?
That's the problem. In its entirety, that's it.
I have to move on, Sarge. Netball's getting in the way of my scientific pursuits. The girls will be devastated.
Well, all you can do is explain to them how you feel, honestly.
Can you be a bit more specific?
Well, no, not really. There's not really a little green book for this. You're just going to have to speak from the heart. Okay.
Ladies, it's time we had a chat.
And Sarge was right. If you speak from your heart, you always get your lines right. And in those moments, well, maybe life can be like a musical.
I no longer wanna play. The passion's gone away. I'd rather chase a Nobel Prize than a leather ball with you guys.
Honestly, we'll be okay.
I miss you more each day. Come back to me, I pray, till our next jam session. I'll be in a deep depression.
So let's start anew today.
I do like you, Sasha. I like you a lot. But how do you know this won't end badly? Really, really badly. Like Romeo and Juliet.
This is real life, Egg, not a play. It's that racket.
Hearing Rev and Ms. Archer jamming again, Egg realised maybe there can be such a thing as a happy ending after all.
So this whole needy emotional thing, this isn't how you'd be all the time, from now on, if I accepted your offer.
As if. I'll be too busy nagging you to feel sorry for myself.
You really mean that?
Unless I could memorise the whole script in 20 seconds, I was set for major public humiliation. Whoa, this couldn't be Mel. She's someone I surf with, burp with, fight with. She couldn't possibly be.
You're a girl.
You haven't learned your lines, have you?
I don't think that would matter much right now.
Quickly, get out there!
Someone had to save the show. And even though I didn't know my lines, suddenly the thought of kissing Mel didn't seem so awful. Maybe I could do this.
Lockie, stop. I'm back.
What a relief.
Yeah, totally.
I did not know what to say, but I followed with my heart, and I found a way.
Life's better as a song, at a dance, you can't go wrong. Your problems all just fade away, away, away.
Yeah!
Brush teeth next time.
So if life can be like a musical, I figured maybe it was time I tried to create a musical moment of my own.
Are you kidding me? That's so not gonna happen.
What? I was just trying to reenact the musical, you know, the final finale. Life's better as a song, at a dance, you can't go wrong.
Come on, loser, let's go.
Truth is, life is better than a musical. You might not always know the right words to say or when to say them. But that's what makes it so good. Because when you get it right, it's awesome.